Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is Thursday, April 21st, 2022. I am Solid Blue Sister, and this is My Turn to Talk. Welcome, Frankie. You are number one. Blue Rock, you are number two. Welcome. Hey, Power Girl, welcome. Welcome. You're number three. So I am going to get started. And let's see. Okay. Let's see. Before we get started, Lou Rock says, I actually have nothing on this subject. I'm just here to learn today. Well, Thursdays, when I'm not doing, letting someone come on and co-host, Thursdays are supposed to be my fun show because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're getting serious and talking about heavy stuff. And, I like to lighten it up. Welcome, Brina. So today I want to talk about blind dates. Are they success or failures? So your friend set you up with a really nice person. That's in, quote unquote. Do you accept or do you decline? Can a blind date turn out to be the love of your life? So I've never, because I was thinking about this. Have I ever gone on a blind date? I've never gone on a blind date before, but I did meet my husband through America Online. I was living in Chicago. He was in California. So if you want to consider that a blind date, we talked a lot on the phone. And then I finally came out here to actually um, hang out with a friend of mine that I went to high school with. But of course, um, I did not know he was going to become my husband, but that's how we met. So, do you consider that being a blind date? Um, so I don't know. You hear the horror stories about, these blind dates and oh no, 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 don't set me up. You know, how does she look? How does he look? And when people say, "Oh, well, they have a really nice personality," I'm sorry. Um, Scooter, welcome, welcome, welcome. So when people say they have a really nice personality, when you ask them how do they look, does that mean that they don't look good? And should you worry if someone if okay, put it like this. If someone is going out on a blind date and they want to set you up, should the first thing that we ask, and I know it's human nature, but should the first thing we ask is how do they look? I mean, shouldn't we ask, well, are they are they a nice person? I mean, I don't know. Um, I don't even think I've ever tried to set someone up. Um, I know people have asked to meet some of my friends before, but I've never ever set someone up on a blind date. Um, and if the date does not go well, why is that? Like, do people go into blind dates expecting the worst, as expecting that, hey, this may turn out to be, you know, pretty cool. I don't know. I have to take that back. I have gone on a blind date before. I have, and we did not. Um, the chemistry wasn't there for anything else, but uh, we did remain friends, and I do see that person now. So, like every so often, hey, what's up? We'll go out to lunch or something. But they're married, I'm married, whatever. But so two questions. If someone sets you up, do you automatically say yes or do you say no? And can a blind date turn out to be the love of your life? And actually, I have a third question. What makes the date good or bad? Even if you guys don't hook up, on a level where the chemistry's there and you all end up dating, whatever. But what makes the date go south? And whose fault is it? So on that note, I want to welcome Jester and Milk Dog. I think this is your first time in my show, Milk Dog. Welcome. And GP Man. So, Chill Will, you are in the house. You have the mic. And remember, this is Thursday. So, Thursdays are supposed to be my fun, laid back shows. So, Chill, you there? Okay. You asked for the mic and you are not
I'm
there.
here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, welcome. Are you going to, you asked for them? Did you have anything to say?
Yeah, I got something to say. I'm sorry. I had a conversation going. I apologize. I didn't know you was gonna be finished with your soliloquy. I don't. You
It
just
only takes me
come on
like
now.
it only takes me that's because you usually come in late. It only takes me like
Uh,
three minutes and I am done. So
mm, mm, okay.
anything you want to say?
Well, somebody set me up. They know they better set me up with somebody cute and ready to boot. You feel me?
Okay, chill. But someone can be cute, but they can also be like an evil witch.
Yeah, cute and ready to knock the boot. That's
Oh,
all
come
I'm
on.
ready for. But
Oh,
no, for real, for real. I don't know. I don't. I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't see no problems. I mean, somebody love you. They want you to see you together. You can be nice about letting them down, right? You can be nice about letting them down if you don't like them. I mean, you're right. A lot of the cute women be the crazy ones. You're right about that. But hey, I mean, you will never know till you go on that date. But you typically would talk to a person before you go, right?
right.
Like
But
have a phone conversation, right?
right, but just because you talk to them still doesn't mean that they can't turn out to be a witch or a devil. I mean, people put on
I
their
mean, you could,
faces.
you can. But I know that's one of the things I won't typically do. If I feel like you're too formal, I'm not dating you. That's a
Okay,
red flag
okay. When
for
you
me.
say too, when you say too formal, what does that mean?
Too robotic. Hey, how are you? Oh my! Like we're doing a business transaction before we go on a date. That's a
Well,
red flag.
okay, but
Period.
some people could be nervous, right? Some people could be nervous.
Yeah, but if you're nervous with me, is through a whole phone conversation, it's going to be a problem. I give people plenty of opportunity to just let their guard down and be themselves because I'm not judgmental, number one, and I'm going to come and I'm probably going to say some ridiculous shit on purpose to see how you react. Just so see if you have humor, if you're, you know what I'm saying, if you, I know I just need to be able to be myself first and foremost, or you ain't gonna like me because I'm on a date and I'm just chopping it up with you, and you worried about what other people thinking and everything else besides our date. You know what I'm saying? You looking at the aesthetics of shit, and that's a red flag for me, which will be easy for us.
Okay, but chill. Oh, okay. Hold on. I want to comment on what you said, but I just want to say, Alpha Mike says all women are crazy.
Mm,
And then
mm.
Jester says crazy
They got a
to
button for
hotness,
that. Man.
crazy to hotness ratio. GP blind dates are successful based on the objective. And Scooter, well, chill. We don't have a shot then. And Alpha should be should a blind date beat me Dutch. I'm going to get into that. And Lou Rock chopping it up. Been hearing this phrase a lot lately. Okay, so chill. If you're okay, so your friends are setting you up, and they say, "Well, let me give you her number," and you call her, and you all are talking, but she could be nervous. Maybe she is, trying to just put her best foot forward. So if it comes out where she's formal or whatever, she could really be a really nice person, but she's just nervous.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying I'm just gonna cut them off at the knees. I can get. I'm grown up. I can see if they're. I just want to see the response. It's different between being nervous and not knowing somebody. I get. I can get those nerves, but some people are just really bougie as hell, and you just can't get through that shit, and we won't work, right? So as
Oh
long as
boy.
that's the case, I just need you to be comfortable with yourself. I think that if you, it's a problem if you, especially around my age and or just a grown up in general, like anybody around 30. I mean, to be honest, that don't even an excuse. I've always been comfortable with myself since I was probably after teenage years. I kind of finally learned myself and kind of know myself, so I become comfortable with myself. And for me personally, I just can't be with nobody that is not too comfortable with themselves, and that's a red flag. So that may be the red flag for the person that I'm talking about as well. Like he's too comfortable. He's too comfortable. He's too comfortable out here, and he does. You know what I'm saying? So
So would you
that's
still at least want to go out with the person after you talk to them on the phone and you think that they're too bougie? I mean, would you
um
still
I
go out with
no,
them?
I'll give a person a chance. Yeah, I'll give a person a chance because it's just sometimes like I'm way better in person than over the phone. Like I'm way like in every aspect. Like not trying to float my boat, but like I'm like a lot. You can go scroll through the dating profiles on Tinder. I'm not gonna be the first person you're gonna pick. Not at all. Like who is this MFer? No. You know what I'm saying? So, but once you get in front of me, like, and we can have an actual, good time and converse, and it's totally different. They're like, oh well, it's way more fun. That's typically what I get. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get that. So yeah, I will. And who's to say that someone else can't be that way? Either, especially if they don't know you. So I do understand there's a certain amount of I don't know you, and I don't. I need to be comfortable before I even joke with you or just feel comfortable in general. Let my guard down a little bit. So I do get that. But sometimes you can tell when it's just all right. She just straight up corporate, and I can't hit no coochie in you corporate. Like
Oh
we in the
Lord,
bed, we corporate like that.
here we go. We got
Hey,
it.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I can't. What we gonna do? We can't be intimate and we get you get left, right, left, left, right, left. I'm like,
Okay,
damn, I
so
gotta kiss
okay,
you on left, right, left on the
all right.
cheek.
Okay, chill. So let
Yeah.
me ask this. Okay, so you know that your friends are bringing a friend with them to meet you. You've never talked to
Mm,
this person on the phone or anything. So
mm.
are you expecting them to like completely? I mean, as soon as you meet them, they're supposed to let their guard down that they're not going to be, hi, how are you? And what have you? I mean, come on.
Oh no 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 no! Like if that's the case, if somebody surprised you, say, "Hey, this is somebody I wanted you to meet," that's happened on several occasions. That happened. Recently that happened. Um, at a bar I go to all the time, and yeah, so we got along perfectly fine. I actually was on a date that day. I was with a woman, and she didn't even care. I let her know, like, hey, I'm dating. I'm sure you dating. That has no, So we actually we for that 5 minutes I talked to her, it was cool. Um, and then we actually went out, and she was kind of weird. So I mean, but it wasn't because of me not giving it a chance. Actually, went
Okay.
opposite. It kind of went too great at first, and then I went out with her, and then it didn't work. So it was the kind of opposite of what I'm explaining. Like that first 5 minutes is like, oh, she seems like she's awesome. Maybe I will hit her up. We go out, and then she's just kind of weird, and way like we just didn't vibe. So yeah, I would definitely give that type of stuff. I'll give that a chance. I'll give it a chance. But you
Well,
can see and touch and feel and engage in person when that happens. So that's way easier than just being over the phone or just showing up like on some, Tinder date
true,
stuff.
true, true. But some people can still have, be a little nervous. So Alistair says confidence can be good, but also used in the sense if you aren't confident, to pretending to have confidence can sometimes give a person confidence over time. Scooter says I'm old. What's
Oh,
Tinder? And Alpha Mike says 1-900 Chili Willy.
Black Planet, Scooter, Black Planet,
So, but
MySpace.
and Scooter says, exactly. Is that like the one ads? I'm with you, Scooter. I have no clue what Tinder is. So that's showing my age. I really don't. You know, and I've been married for I don't even know how long,
That's where they get the swipe left,
over
swipe
22
right. Swipe
years.
left if you don't like, swipe right if you like. That's where that comes
Oh,
from when you see that.
oh, okay, okay.
Mm.
And then Brina says MySpace. See, I remember when MySpace came out.
Uh,
So
this,
so yeah,
that was the point.
so let's talk about I think Alpha Mike said that if you are on a welcome mate man and Mimi, did I say welcome? Well, welcome. I know I said in the chat. So blind dates, should you automatically go Dutch or should you expect
Listen, I wish this was the rule because I done spent so much money the last 2 damn years. You understand me? I done went on some dates and they was kind of like, I don't say blind dates, but you do. I've been in these situations several times enough to where it's kind of like a blind date. I ain't really I talked to this person once and we about to meet up. And whatever. Hell yeah, I'm a man. I'm a man's man, so I'm gonna pay more than likely. It's always nice to see. Now we always know the men know that fake. Oh, you didn't want me to pay. Men know that. Men know that. That's what you don't want to do if you're a woman. Let me give you that small piece of advice, women.
oh boy.
Men know the fake. The fake. Oh, I would have got it. Oh, don't do that. Just don't say shit. Just shut your mouth. I mean, if you let them pay, just let them pay. If you would let them lead, just let them lead. Because you doing that. Now, if you actually gonna do it, kind of be sneakily about it. Wait till you go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like I got this.
Now
Now, if you
see,
do that, even if he pull out his card and you say no, I got it, and you give the card. If you do that, if you like this man, that shit will go. That might be the last time with me. You better ever pay for some shit in your life, even if that's a ploy or a trick. That goes a long way. The fact that you're
now
willing to do that will go a long way.
well see for me, I personally think that if you go out, whether it's a blind date or a first date, first two dates, whatever, I think that women should always, number one, always have enough money to pay for your meal, but also that they should pay for their meal because, and I know I'm about to go there, and I know men are about to push back on me, but if
Mm.
you pay for your own meal, then that lowers the expectation where they think that they may get something more than a meal that night. So you're not obligated. So
But this is the thing, Solid Blue. I get you because most women who do that, I knew that's what you was gonna say, and so most women who have that hold that philosophy, that's the reason why they don't want to feel like they owe someone something. So that's the first thing you should be looking for me in a person to see if they have that because that's the intention part of like a person, and that's the dangerous part. Like if that's what I do not want in a person. And so that's the first thing I'd be looking at. I would let him pay. Let's see if he expects something. So you're learning a lot, but by this guy, run. If that's the case, run. That's telling you a lot. Sit down with that guy, let him pay, and if he expects more, don't never call that motherfucker back because he has that trait is followed by other shitty ass traits. I'm telling you, maybe y'all can call that whatever you want to call it. Some people say it makes sense that somebody you give in return, but this ain't a business proposition. This is a potential relationship. If I can't do shit out of kind of my heart, or like, cause I want to see you do well, I want to see. You know what I'm saying, as a man, I look for that in people in general. So
but
I
if
mean,
you
there's
don't
levels
know
to
that
it. There's
person,
levels. No, right, right. It's levels to it. But we about to go into a relationship. Anybody knowing a person, we're about to go lead. We're trying to lead to something possible potentially. So this is like I said, this ain't a business deal. This ain't just a simple transaction. This is I don't want to feel like it's a transaction either. I want to feel that I want it to flow. And so if I feel like you are that person that always needs something in return, I'm fucking running. I'm out of
okay,
there.
wait, hold on. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that they want something in return. I'm just saying that if you're going out with somebody for the first or second time, for women, I think that they should pay so there's not that expectation because sometimes you get into the situation where the night is ending, whatever, and you're saying thank you, I had a good time, whatever, and they're like, well, hold on, you're not going to invite me in, or this and this. Oh well, I paid for your dinner. And again, I'm saying this is somebody that you just met. You don't
So
know who they are yet, and they don't know who you are. And I don't think that a man should be offended if a woman says either that she wants to pick up the entire meal or if she wants to pay her half. I don't think, especially if it's the first or second date.
I don't think you follow what I'm saying though.
I'm
I get what you're
I am
saying.
following you.
I get what you're saying. That's totally understandable. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't think he should be mad. But my point is that sometimes I would prefer if, especially if a man insisted, letting him pay and see what he expects at the end of the night. Unless you think he's some type of Jeffrey Dahmer, unless you think your life is depends on it. If you that's what you want to see. You want to see if he expects something, or he just walks away and says, "Hey, good, have a good day. I appreciate you coming along with me." You know what I'm saying? Especially if I invite you out, you would expect me to pay. If you want to see that he just wants to see you do well, and without no expectation of anything from you, it's going to be a process. We're getting to know each other, so I thank you for your time. Is what this meal costs. That's the your time and this meal. I mean, I appreciate your time, so I'm gonna at least pay for your meal. Damn, why you can't do that as a man, as a man's man for me? If that's what you're looking for. Now, if you're looking for some type of other type of shit in the band, then that's fine. But yeah, I don't see how there's nothing wrong with that. I do understand your I had to go through this literally like 2 weeks ago, maybe even actually maybe a week and a half ago. She was like, "No, I'm playing," and I tried to tell her like, "Listen, I don't care about none of that as far as like I don't expect nothing from you." Basically, I had to tell her, "This is just a meal. I ain't gonna ask you to drop no draws or I ain't gonna throw it in your face. That ain't me." You know what I'm saying? That ain't so I had to assure her that that's not me. So when I paid, she wouldn't feel some kind of way. Or I was trying to dominate her, or just what I'm saying. I didn't want her to think that either. Like I was trying to just be that aggressive, dominant, like do what I say either. I was just letting her know that listen, it's all right. I ain't gonna expect nothing from you up front, so she wouldn't feel no kind of way.
Okay, now Scooter says, chill, the maze is a little tough. And let's see. And then Mate Man says, just listening. Oh, here we go. Just here listening to Salad and her lovey-dovey conversation for the past couple of weeks. I have no idea what you're talking about, Mate. And as usual, you're coming on here starting something. So I'm just going to ignore that. Um, and then Ralph says, I mean, who's really going to be that forward and say they aren't inviting me because I paid for the food? That's kind of stupid.
Who will be for it and say I'm just here?
No, I'm
A
just
bad,
rereading what he said. I
yeah. I don't
mean,
know what he
who's
meant by
really
that. He would have to say that, but I do know plenty of women that think that they're. And that's when I will leave. Now, if I get that vibe, I will get the fuck up and leave in general. I will listen. I'll be salivating for those moments. Though there's plenty of women, bad chicks, that think that they're the gifts to the men and the God's gift to the world. So usually lucky that I'm out with you. And so yeah, of course you're gonna pay for my meal. Like there's plenty of women out there like that. But it's probably more than not. Like so I'm thinking to myself, yeah, and they'll be up front. They'll hell yeah. They'll be like, "What? You ain't gonna pay for the meal? What type of dude is you?" Like, oh yeah, it's plenty of them out there, Ralph.
okay? So, and I think Alpha said a couple of chats up. So this first date, this blind date, whether you're meeting them from talking on the phone or someone introduces you all and you
Hmm.
all just meet up at the restaurant for the first time, is this a full course meal? Or Lou Rock, I think that was you asking. Is this a full course meal type restaurant you guys are going to go to for the first time, or is this more like a, you know, uh, just
They're
get
expensive, like super expensive, or it's just like I got you,
yeah. I
Texas
mean,
Roadhouse or
yeah,
some shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter if for me, it wouldn't matter. Like if first of all, I don't think you should do that on the first date. No way, you silly. Like people who be oh man, I can give you a whole list of what not to do because some dudes are so thirsty for just especially a pretty chick. It doesn't even matter for some dudes. They just in all by our beauty, which I would be disgusted at if I was a woman. So I probably would just play the hell out of you because you just a simp. Like I can get everything. You gonna let me get everything out of you? You probably, a lot of women do it because they can. You gotta have some backbone. Like I can't. I might as well have a good time while I'm out. Spend all his check and then go home. He a simp. Never call him again. Like you got it. You don't take her out to no extravagant. You don't even know if she worth that or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you worth that type of, like if I know you now we dating, hell yeah, let's go to, I don't know who thinks whatever. Wherever 3-4 star restaurant. Let's go. But I don't even know you yet. So initially we might go to, I ain't gonna take you to McDonald's, but goddamn it, you ain't you ain't about to go to no, downtown restaurant in the sky. I don't know what the hell you expect. Because if you expect that out of me, it ain't happening. I just want to be able to really build with you. Like I would like, typically if it's the summertime, I want to meet you at the park. You know what I'm saying? I want to meet you somewhere we can actually converse and we can chill, and I can know that I can be in the space with you for more than a couple hours, and we can actually talk and be interested in each other. If I can't, and you just don't have nothing to say, he's like, oh, you don't know, like, yo, which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? Like, I'm like, what the fuck? This you don't have nothing to know about. I can. This is quick. I ain't spend no money and do nothing. I'm up to the house. You know what I'm saying? If I take you, even if it was out to eat, to like, I don't like my place is Texas Roadhouse. I love it. I may have a $40 bill. What's $40, right? Whatever, But I ain't taking you nowhere. I'm spending $180.
Okay. All right. Mimi has joined us. Welcome, Mimi.
Hey, I just want to say,
Hello,
chill,
Mimi.
get on my nerve.
Yeah, get on your belly.
Look, here you go. There you go. I'm at Hobby Lobby shopping, y'all. So, but I wanted to say that I wouldn't expect for a man to take me. Hey, Mama Bear. I wouldn't expect for a man to take me to the most finest restaurant. Um, like, yeah, take me to the park. I want to get to know you. Like, it's not about you buying me whatever. But I do agree with Solid. Like, I'm paying for my own meal. And most guys think that. Most guys think that if you um don't pay for your meal. No, if they do pay for your meal, that they gonna get something up out of you. Oh, I just bought this, or I just took you here. Nah, boo. I got this. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I would rather pay for my own. Plus, I'm independent anyway, so I just rather pay for my own shit. But yeah, take me to McDonald's, take me to Wendy's, take me to the park. Matter of fact, we can have a picnic. It ain't about that.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to pass the mic to Frankie. And Frankie says, can't a woman take the lead? And she says, yes, Mimi, independent. So either one of you guys want to answer that on a woman taking the lead? And Mimi, is that part of being independent if a woman is taking the lead?
Um, See, I'm independent because, first of all, and I said this before, if that man ever leave and you didn't put your all into this and allow him to take over, you fucked. You screwed. You know what I mean? Because now you didn't depended on him to do everything, and now you left with nothing. And that's vice versa, woman or man. If that woman ever left you and you was living with her and she was paying everything and she done with you, or she decides she wake up one morning and I just don't want to be with you no more, you're over with. You have nothing. So I rather allow him to do, you know, the simple things, the small things matter. Pump the gas, take out the trash, pick up where I slack up at, stuff like that. Work, yeah, that too. But you ain't always gotta buy me shit.
Okay, but okay, let me stop you there. So you moved into the relationship thing, but if you all are still like on the blind date where you all have just met, are there any expectations that you do have? So you would not mind if he said, let's go to McDonald's, or let's go to the park. You don't have to go out to a restaurant and actually spend money. And that's true. You don't have to go places where you have to spend money. There are lots of things to do that are free.
Yeah, to enjoy yourself. Like, I like a man to take me to the arts and crafts. Like, I like to do stuff like that. I'm sorry. Like, if we go to the thing, to the arts and crafts place, and we paint pottery or something like that. I like to do that. Or sit in the park and we talk and enjoy ourselves. It's about getting to know each other. It's not about how much you can spend on me, because I don't care about the money. Spoil me with your loyalty. I could finance my damn self. You
All
know what
right.
I mean? And no, I do not go to I do not go on a date expecting anything. When you start expecting things, that's how you get let down. You got to go open minded, because you don't never know who you who you about to get. So no, I don't go expecting anything.
Okay. All right. All right. Chill, you want to respond to what Mimi said? You there?
She'll
Okay.
say he on the phone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Trying to keep up with the chats and everything. Thank you, Frankie, for the gift. Welcome, Mama Bear Tracy, Daddy Hasselhoff, Saturday Night Smoke, Juju, Glossy, and Shy Lady. Okay, so how much do you think when you go on a blind date, is it your fault or his fault if the date doesn't go well? And I'm not saying that a person turns out to be the date from hell, or she's a witch and he's like this asshole or something, but for whatever reason the date just doesn't go well. Anything that could go wrong could go wrong. So is it, I mean, whose fault do you think that it would be? Uh, do you think that the choice of where you all went in the first place could have been the start of everything going downhill? I
Nope.
mean, what do you think?
Nope. It's nobody's fault. You guys, just the chemistry wasn't there. So you can go to like I said, you can go to the park and have the time of your life. You know what I mean? You can go to McDonald's and have the best conversation. It has nothing to do with how much you spent or where you went. If that chemistry is not there with that person, and you just not gonna click. Period. If you, it don't matter where you go. The atmosphere doesn't have anything to do with you guys' chemistry.
All right. So, Mimi, have you ever been on a blind date,
Yeah,
or
nah.
have you ever set somebody up?
Yeah, nah. No, I ain't going on no blind date. Now, this ain't what I ain't doing.
Can I ask why?
Um, I don't know. I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. And then if I see you and I'm not attracted to you, I don't know how to just be like, oh man, look, my mama calling. I gotta go meet my mama. I don't know how to just play it off like that. So I'd rather just, no, I'm
But what if
sorry.
this person? No, but what if this person could be like the one? This is the man that you have been waiting for all your life. I mean, what if
Yeah. What if
he's
he
that
could?
one?
What if he could be? You don't know until you see them in person, and then it could go both ways. It could, but you don't know until you get in front of them. So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, and I would be uncomfortable. Now you uncomfortable. Now I just wasted money that we didn't have to waste. No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so and you guys, if you all want to jump on that's fine. I'm following what Scooter is saying, and you and Alpha Mike are both making me chuckle. But if how much do looks matter on a blind date? And you've talked to this person over the phone, maybe, or you all just are meeting up for the first time, and I'll have on red, or I'll have on a blue shirt or whatever. How much do looks matter as opposed to, let's say you spoke to this person on the phone several times, and you all, everything was fine. The conversations were really, really good, whatever. But then you meet them, and he or she may not be up to what you would prefer in terms of looks. Do you still, I mean, I'm sure you're still going to go, whatever, but do you find that as a reason for not wanting to go further, even though you guys have chemistry? And would you want to remain friends with this person?
I will still want to remain friends. Um, Looks matter in terms of how you dress with me. Um, if you sagging your pants and you got your shirt all crooked and you just you ain't putting no effort to, I don't like men that sag their pants. That is a turn off to me. You way too old to be around here sagging your pants, and every time you step, you got to pull them up. That is a instant turn off to me. So, um, I guess how you dress sometimes it shows a lot about you. It The way you present yourself. If you just didn't put in no effort to at least put on a clean shirt or something like that, then yeah, I would feel like, I don't know, you talking that good, but you, I, I'm sorry, I just feel some type of way. That I think everything how you present yourself tells a person everything.
Okay. All right. And May says they can't wear skinny. I'm sorry. Alpha Mike says they can't wear skinny jeans because they cut off your circulation. So, see, for me, again, I'm not in the dating scene. I am, you know, I'm married, whatever. But I will say this: as I get older, I start to appreciate, or I have started to appreciate, years and years ago, a person's personality more so than their looks. Um, you know, Everybody, cannot look the greatest. Everyone has their own definition of what pretty is, what handsome is, whatever. But as I have matured, um, I think that people should look more towards the person's personality. Because, like I said, the person could be the nicest looking person in the room, or they can be the not so pretty person or handsome person, but they can be a really nice person in the
I'm gonna
inside.
tell you that
Um,
backfires though. I'm gonna tell you that backfires. I had a guy. He looked at he he wasn't he wasn't good looking to me. I'm gonna just say that he really wasn't, and a lot of people didn't think he was good looking either. Um, and that was a part of why I dated him because I'm like, I always date the nice looking guys, and then all these girls. I got to deal with all these women. I ain't got time for that. So I was like, okay. And he had a beautiful personality, but everybody, a lot of men was attracted to me. Okay, so um he kind of got the big head. Like, okay, I'm dating a girl that everybody want, and da 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 da. He started getting cocky. And then women will flock to him because they figure, oh my gosh, she beautiful. Why is she dating a person like him? So let me see what that's about. And so he started getting women that wouldn't even look his way at first. Now they starting to look at his way, and he played me. So it can backfire like that. A person to get the big head and thinking, okay, I got me a nice looking chick on my side. Or, people start liking them.
okay.
Yeah, he stepped his game up. People started liking him. Excuse me, I'm sorry. People started liking him. And he just started acting real funny, cocky, and I'm just like, boy, you're not even all that. The only reason why they trying to get with you is because they trying to figure out why I'm with you.
Okay, Mimi, then let me go down this road. Do you think that money can make a person look better? Like, you know that you would, like, your friend has been wanting to set you up with this person forever. You're like, no, 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 I don't want to date him. He doesn't look, he doesn't look good. He's, I don't want to use the term ugly, but he's not attractive, whatever. But then all of a sudden, some money kind of rolls his way. Does money make somebody look better?
Yes, it does. I believe it does, because you get to do, and not even just in a fashion way, because I feel like you could put on some designer stuff and still look tacky, but you could put some stuff, if you're creative, you could put some stuff together and look good. And people like, oh, where you got that from? I do it all the time. My shoes, I care about my shoes, my face care, my body care, my purses and stuff like that. I'm really not just gonna go buy no designer shirt or no designer pants because that's just what's popping. No, I ain't finna spend no $400 on no shirt. And I'm
So
probably gonna only wear.
now, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not. My next question is, and I'm going down this road for a reason. Um, would you date someone who would you date someone like Dennis Rodman?
No, his hair is blonde. What's
Well,
wrong with him?
he changes his hair. His hair can be red, blue, green, whatever. So,
Exactly.
okay,
No.
the reason why I asked the question is because years ago, again, when Rodman was on Oprah, he was saying that um, growing up, none of the girls wanted to go out with him or everything because he knew he was not the most attractive person in the room. And he said, now all these same girls are calling his mother asking for his number, how we can get in touch. And all of a sudden, these girls want to date me. And, and that's why I said, does money make you look good? And he said, he said, growing up, these girls used to really hurt my feelings. And now all of a sudden, I have all this money and now I'm, you know, not so ugly anymore. So
See,
that's
that's
why
what
I
I'm
asked.
saying. See, it depends on the person. If you, I'm gonna get into two different scenarios. Okay, so it depends on the person. So I say money can make you look good as far as you could do things that you know to yourself that you probably couldn't do without money. You can get better skincare. You can get clothes. You can bring yourself to looking more presentable. But does money make people want you? Yeah, if that person ain't shit. You know what I mean? With me, like I said, I don't want no man with no money. That don't impress me. Actually, that's a turnoff to me. Like a guy came on my job and he pulled out a stack of money and threw it on the table. And I was like, oh, okay, what does this supposed to mean? He was like, oh, I got it on me. I said, and I do too. You see, I'm here working. That doesn't impress me. Um, but yeah, money can make you look good, but I think those girls was flocking to him because he got money now. Not that because he looked better, but because, he has money. There's a difference.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go into Crucible. Crucible, welcome.
Check one, two, three.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, it seems to me, and this is an anecdotal comment, I can't prove it, but in my lifetime, it seems to me that women, and I know it's not all of them, and women are looks conscious, just like men are, perhaps not quite as visual as men, but looks matter. I'm not going to say they don't, but women tend to look, like you were saying, Solid, when you get older. I mean, even when you're younger, women tend to look past the looks. I've seen, if I had a nickel for every time, I would be retired 25 years ago. For every time you walk down the street, and you see a very attractive woman with a guy, and you're kind of like, I'll give you a good example. I'm not a celebrity person, and I'm damn sure I'm not a Kardashian person, but you can't help but notice what they're doing sometimes because it's all over the place. And one of them is dating, I don't know which one, but one of them is dating this comedian. He's on Saturday Night Live. I think his name is Pete something or other. And from all accounts, women who have dated him before, say he's a great guy, good personality. Obviously, he's funny. He's on Saturday Night Live. But even I think his last name is Davidson, Pete Davidson. He makes fun of his own looks. He said, "Look, I got punched in the both eyes. I got black eyes. Like blah blah blah." But he's got tattoos all over his entire body. I mean, he is covered from head to toe. Any woman who's not a Kardashian or a celebrity probably wouldn't look twice at this guy, because in order to appreciate his personality and his sense of humor, you've got to get past those looks. So I think women see other things besides the looks. There's no other way to account for so many examples. But I also think in a lot of cases, women see the looks, the lack of looks, like a Dennis Rodman maybe, or the tattoos and the rings, or the piercings, I should say, and they see a rebel and they see an attitude, and they're looking for something edgy in their life. And the looks are really a secondary thing. They tend to look more at the whole package, whereas men will kind of do that once up and down in the blink of an eye, literally, and make a decision right then and there, yes or no. So I think looks matter to both sexes. Women seem a little bit more willing to consider other things.
Okay. All right.
And that's the problem, because women always want to look past some stuff, and that's how she end up with a bum. She end up with a bum because she want to look past some things. The man, he gotta, no, I need her on my side. She gotta look this, that, and the third. We get to lowering our standards. I'm sorry, don't let me go in. No, for real,
All
because
right.
you put
So
up with stuff, you think in your mind, man, I done gave this motherfucker a chance, and I didn't even like you like that. You wasn't even all that cute, and then you turned out to be beating my ass. You know what I mean? Like, you lowered standards for a man, and then he turned out to be no good. It doesn't matter because he's ugly, he's gonna treat you better. No, you need to start getting what you actually want. Me, personally, that's how I feel. If you're not attracted to him and you just like, man, I'm just gonna put up with it because of this, that, and the third, that's how you start being resentful and more. Because you like, anything, little thing he do, man, you ugly. I didn't even like you in the first place. And then that's where it goes downhill.
I forgot what I was going to say. You said something, and I forgot what I was going to say. Chill. Okay. How about? I'm sorry. Scooter says, "How about people seek a partner instead of all the BS?" But when you're first meeting someone, are you even looking for that partner person? So shy lady, I see you are here.
Check
I know
one,
you
two, three.
turn
Check
on
one.
your mic. You here? Okay. See,
Hey,
sometimes you
hey,
guys don't pop up until the mic comes on.
right.
So welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So you wanted to? Uh,
Interesting topic. I have been on a couple of blind dates back in my 20s. And needless to say, they didn't work out because I'm married to someone else. But I've 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 never had a good one because it's always been something like, oh, he's shorter than what I thought. I don't like his personality. But it was beyond looks in some cases for me. There was one guy. He actually wasn't bad looking. He was pretty. He was a little bit above average, I would say. I could have probably had a serious relationship if his personality wasn't so weird, and he was so he was just weird, just a weird kind of guy. He just totally, like Mimi said earlier, totally was not my type. I didn't like the chemistry. He I forget where we went, but he was going off about some item on the menu, and I just thought he was just going overboard about it. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait till this is over and out. But blind dates never worked for me. You know, like I said, it was more about not having the chemistry than anything.
Okay, so let me ask this because you said the menu thing, and then this made me think about the waiter. What about a date who they do not respect the wait staff, be it the guy you're with or the girl you're with. They don't respect the wait staff, because I have a problem with that. I have a problem when I go places and I see other people treat the wait staff like crap. Now, granted, you could have a waiter, that is crappy, but for the most part, they're working their butts off. So what about those people? Like,
I,
do
I don't
you
I don't like those kind of people either, and I don't like people that tip very little, especially if the person like just serve the hell out of you. They were so kind. They were so you know on point. Every time your glass was half full, they fill it back up. They were making sure that you were taken care of. And then the person that you're on a date with, he turns around and give practically nothing. I'm like, really? I would go in my purse and give out more, because I'm like, that's ridiculous. I could never go out with a person like that again.
I think that's a red flag anyways. If they being real aggressive to that waiter, that just shows you their personality. That's one of the flags you need to see before you take it any step further. A person starts showing you on the first date. I don't care what nobody say. When you first meet a person, their first impression is everything. And we tend to, when we got into the looks, we tend to look past certain stuff because of a person's looks. And if they snapping off and you think this man, oh, he got a lot of money, or he dressed nice, and this, that, and the third, but he's snapping off on the waiter, that just tell you he ain't got no respect. So certain stuff you got to pay attention to on that first date.
okay, now I'm listening to what everyone's saying, and yes, I'm about to go into the celebrity world. I was not following it, but I'm not following it on TV, so to speak, but I am sort of following it on YouTube, and it just kind of drew me in. And I don't know if you guys are following this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. So with her, and from everything that I've read, and of course, you cannot believe everything you read. I do not know either one of them. I don't know what their personalities are like or anything, but it seems like, and again, I say it seems like Johnny Depp married a person from hell. So my question is, should there have been some red flags along the way? Because to me, when you're dating someone, after about a month or two, or maybe even after a week, you kind of start to see little things. They might not show their complete selves, but you do start to see things. And considering that he's in an industry where Amber Heard has worked with many people, and they say, that she's a terror on the set, whatever. Are those things that you should take into account if you've heard them before you get into a relationship with them? So how do you go from, be, dating someone who appears nice or who seems nice, the next thing you're in court, years after you've been divorced, talking about how she used to beat you up. So I mean, how do you get to that point? I mean, how come the red flags were not there?
I think that you should watch what other people, how they have treated other people. You shouldn't ignore that. But I don't think, because sometimes a woman bring out a different side of a man. Okay. So yeah, you should take that into consideration of how they have treated people in the past. Oh my God, hold on.
If you're driving, Mimi, I don't want you to have an accident.
All right,
So,
don't have no accident.
okay.
You were skipping me anyway,
Yeah.
Mimi.
So, chill. Okay. So, Mimi, we'll come back to you. Chill. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'm tired of y'all talking about the ugly fellas, man. Listen here. I could catch a bopper butt ball naked on a bicycle and driving
Oh
in
Lord.
traffic. You understand me? You know, I don't know. I like how y'all dogging us. The ugly man. Yeah, we ain't gotta be thankful because you cute. Hell, that sometimes that is a sign of horror to come for the rest of my life if I marry you. Just cause you cute. You think you listen here. That don't mean nothing. Now, I will require you to just have some type of physical traits that are attractive. You know what I'm saying? I need you to have some type of curves, some lady curves. I don't want no man legs on my leg in the bed. I'd rather not. You ain't got to be the cutest thing in the world, but I would definitely want you to have a kind heart. Someone I feel like that, not that I have to, but I want to be like somebody that's, damn, I want to look out for you. I cherish you, and I want to love you. I want to give you things. Not that I have to, but I want to. So I think that's where what I look for. So depending on what you look for, or or what you. I mean, they're actors. Like in the Johnny Depp world, a lot of smart people they can fake. But for the most part, you can tell when somebody's horrible or not. You can gauge off how they treat others, their family, and that's one way you can gauge it, man. Especially like that's my pet peeve too, Solid. Like I do not like people who treat other people, especially like waitresses, especially if it's just a simple mistake. Oh my gosh, that's one I can't stand it. And for the most part though, uh, that last question you had was damn it, I just forgot it. That's quick. What was your last question again? Because I'm trying to catch up. I was trying to catch up with all of the questions.
I'm trying to I'm trying to keep up with the chat. So I honestly I don't.
Oh, Johnny Depp. Why
Oh,
Johnny
right,
Depp?
Johnny Depp.
What?
Yeah.
Why he was like? If you, there are signs, definitely there are signs, and typically men. That's what I want to say. Men they disregard those signs because of who she may be. Like I said, depending on. I mean, penis can be blinded, I guess, but women can always get penis from anybody. But for men, it's a little bit more. Coochie can be way blinding for men. Like it is. And then she's beautiful, and it doesn't. That's all that trumps. That trumps everything. Everything she can, pick her nose and be Putin. Oh, it's so cute. You know what I'm saying? It's just for a dude, he don't care. He just enamored with the beauty and what And so that's the difference in men and women. Whether women like to, recognize or not, men are definitely way more physical and as far as naturally physical attracted to that than anything.
Well
Like
then,
you.
well
Go
then,
ahead.
I was just gonna say then maybe men should not, or I mean, maybe then in a relationship when you're first starting, maybe you shouldn't jump into the bed so soon. Maybe you should wait until you jump into the bed to
Oh no,
see.
you gotta knock that out. That's all the You gotta knock it out. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead, knock it out. Just knock that down. You gotta knock it down. You just
Okay.
can't be no sucker about it. You can't be no simp. You gotta
Mm.
be able to have a backbone and recognize, and that's a process too. Learning that what's crazy, what's not crazy, what's possessive. Like going through that maturation process in your 20s are important when you're dating people because you don't know what necessarily looks like. In fact, you might be in your mom and dad might be together, and you have a mom that, or whatever, vice versa, that does things that are super controlling, and you think it's normal. And so you got to learn that process. Typically, you kind of learn it when you get 30 or something like that. And about 25, 30, you kind of get a gauge of what's going on and how to gauge people, at an accurate basis. So yeah, you got to, but you got to pay attention to those things. But you got to knock it out. You got to knock it out. You can't just not let all that good pussy right there. No, you got to get that. But just don't be no punk. When you see those red flags, move on. Like you just be, it's okay to have the courage to break it off. Say this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? I just
Chill,
ain't
you
because
are a walking red flag.
uh, no, I ain't no red flag at all. I'm a great guy actually, but I'm saying to you that you gotta go ahead and I mean you're right. You pay attention to the important things, right? But at the end of the day, you don't stop because you never know. It's all a test, but you just don't. I mean, how you gonna wait a year before you hit it, and then even for women. He just don't even know how to do nothing. You gotta wait 5 years before you have an orgasm, or you gotta. Ah, nah, you ain't nobody going through that neither.
Oh, chill. Okay, so Saturday night
If it was
says,
easy,
well, go
everybody
ahead.
have a. If it was easy, everybody be in a relationship. So it's a process, and unfortunately, we got it. It's repetitive until we get it right.
I'm going to come back to that, but I want to just read what Saturday Night Smoke says. My dad treated waiters terribly, and it always made me and my wife cringe. Um, Let's see. Juju says Saturday night, my niece treats waitresses terrible, makes me cringe. I always leave extra money on the table. So, I personally do not think that when you meet someone that you have to necessarily go into the physical, because again, you go into the physical, you're missing the red flags. You're missing other things that are way more important than the physical. And who knows, you all may not even work out as, say, being lovers or something, but just missing the red flags. If you all just end up being friends, you could be that friend, that friend from hell, the friend that, like, if you go to a restaurant and they treat the wait staff like crap, that you're always just kind of sinking up under your table going, oh my god, here we go again. So I don't know. Well, actually I do. So Crucible, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I get all that. I mean, I agree with everything that everybody is saying as far as, treating wait staff. That's always a red flag. But, to my way of thinking, blind dates are a near impossible task to pull off. I mean, think about first dates in general that are not blind dates. You know a little bit about the person. You probably know what they look like. You may have met them a few times. You may have spoken to them. You've got enough information to want to go on a date with them. When a blind date comes along, you only have what you're being told by the person who's fixing you up. And I think the subconscious shock to people when they're meeting somebody for the first time, trying to make small talk, trying to decide if they're attractive or not, you're processing all of this information. You're on overload for about a period of 2 hours, however long a first date lasts. And it is so hard to get a regular date right, that where you're going into it with some comfort already because you've agreed to go on a date. Blind dates, I mean, you talk about climbing Mount Everest in your bare feet. It's just a really, really difficult thing to pull off. I was on one blind date in my life. I'll be very quick here. It was about 30 years ago. And this was before we had cell phones. And I'm a big sports fan. And I went to a payphone. Remember those back in the old days? To check a hockey score. And I didn't tell my date that I was doing this. I was during the playoffs. I wouldn't do it otherwise. And there was a thing called sports phone. You put a quarter in or whatever it was, and they gave you sports scores. It took about 2 minutes to complete. I said, I have to go to the restroom. So, okay, fine. So I didn't go to the restroom. I went to the payphone, and I went and found out the hockey score. And so I came back, and she said something. She said, you were gone for a while. I said, I had to, check this hockey score. And she got really silent, and it was a really, really awkward rest of the date. I didn't think much of it. So I took a cab to the restaurant and she drove. So she said, I'll drive you home. So she drives me to my place and we pull up, and I'm just trying to be polite. I had already decided I didn't want to see her again. We didn't have good chemistry. Conversation was very awkward. And so I was just trying to be polite. And I said, well, that was nice. I had a good time. Maybe we should do it again sometime. And she said, no, I don't want to. I looked at her and I said, what? And she said, I couldn't believe what you did. You got up and you went to the phone and you checked a sports score when you're supposed to be on a date with me. And I just kind of sat there going, well, yeah, I kind of see your point, but I was just speechless. And I just, okay, if you don't want to do this again, we don't have to. I just think it was rude, and I don't think I want to, have another date with you. So I went upstairs and I was like, what just happened here? So I asked other people about it afterwards, and people were split on it. You shouldn't have done that, or you at least shouldn't have told her that you did that. So you're being judged so harshly, and I was judging her harshly. I'm not going to say it was just her. And it's so hard to come to a second date because you're so busy checking off boxes in the negative as opposed to looking for the positive, that it's really hard to get to that second date. At least that was my experience.
Okay, I'm going to push back on you some, because number one, why were you surprised that she's told you that she did not want to see you again, but you had said that you knew that you did not want to see her again? So was it just the fact that she just beat you to the punch?
Yeah, I guess I didn't really care that she didn't want to see me again. Like I said, I had already made up my mind. I just thought we would do the, quasi polite thing and pretend that we wanted a second date. And then once I got out of the car and she drove home, we would never speak to each other again. I was just caught off guard by her directness. That's all.
Okay, so again, going back to the show that we had the other day, And again, I think that you should be direct with people. I mean, why play that game where you
I
get
was
out of the
just
car,
about to
she,
say that.
that she drives off, and you all never see each other again, where you're kind of leaving it hanging, like, well, does she want to see me again? Does he not want to see me again? She came out and said, I don't want to see you anymore, because, and you had already had in your mind that you did not want to see her. She just put it out there. So she drove off, you went upstairs or whatever, and that was it.
It gave me a good story to laugh about. I spent all of 5 seconds worrying about it. I don't think I did anything wrong. I know I literally took as long as I would have taken to literally go to the restroom. It was
But
2 minutes. What I was doing during that 2 minutes shouldn't make any difference.
okay, but
I
you
think
don't
that
think
she I think that she don't think that you really went to check the score. I think she think if you lied talking about you was going to the bathroom, that you probably went and did something else. So that's my take
Maybe,
on it. Some
maybe.
women, I think she dug deeper than what it really was. She probably think, okay, you lied saying you was going to the bathroom, and now you telling me you checked the score. So it probably was something else. You probably went and seen somebody.
okay, so, and okay, Mimi has a point, but let me ask you this. Crucible, you couldn't wait until you got home to check the scores?
Apparently not. It was a close game. It was the playoffs. Yeah, and
All
in
right.
retrospect, I don't want to make too much light of it. I mean, I could kind of see her point. She didn't know me at all, and like I said, you put something, you give a person an opportunity to judge you in the negative is what that's what I did. I gave her an opportunity, and she took it. I don't fault her for that. We had a million reasons that we weren't going to go on another date, and I did appreciate the fact that she cut to the chase. I'm just used to finessing it a little bit differently, and I laughed about it because she put me in my place, and I wasn't used to that.
Okay, so that's what it was the fact that she pushed back and she beat you to the punch.
Well, if you want to put it that way, maybe.
All right, shy lady, you want to jump in or chill or
Just real quick, just as a question for Crucible Man, I typed in something in the chat to ask you, did you find her attractive? Is he
Crucible,
there?
you there? He may have gotten the
Yeah,
phone
I
call.
muted
Oh,
myself.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
No, Shy Lady, no, I did not. I did not. There was a bunch of things, and like I said, I was judging her in the negative. First of all, she lived way out in the suburbs. It was an hour away. I was very much a city snob at the time, so that was kind of strike one. The other thing was she just was not, it wasn't so much physically. She was kind of physically attractive. She was, and this is why I decided to go out with her. My very good friend said she's blonde. She has blue eyes. She's, 5 foot, whatever, and she weighs 100 and something, and all of that looked good on paper, but you can put those traits all together in all kinds of different ways. And blonde and blue eyes sounds great on paper, does not sound so great. When the traits are not lining up the way you would find them pleasing to your eyes. But
Okay,
So she
well,
was still
let me
ugly as hell. That's what she's
let me
saying.
ask you
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Let me ask you this, Crucible Man.
Mimi,
Speaking of
stop
black,
laughing, because I know why. No, never mind. Go ahead, shy lady.
okay, all right, Crucible Man. If this woman, back in the day, this woman was hot, hot, hot. Every guy was like thirsting after this woman. Farrah Fawcett. If she was a Farrah Fawcett lookalike, would you have really left to go check the score?
That's a very, very astute observation, Shy Lady. I never looked at it that way, but I think the answer to that question is probably not. I think I was judging her subconsciously based on her looks. And as I said earlier, the conversation was a little awkward. I was struggling to make small talk, and she wasn't helping me a whole lot. So, but yeah, I think you're right. I think if this was a Farrah Fawcett lookalike or somebody who was extremely attractive, I would have probably not been so reckless in the way I went up and used the phone. So that's a good catch.
Can I ask a question to Crucible too? I want to really know. Like, was this? How long did you leave her? Did you left her ass there for like 10, 15 minutes by herself?
No, it was probably less than 5. It took like you had to go to the pay phone, you put the money in, and they go through all the scores. It took about a minute, maybe 2 minutes. I might have had to wait for the phone. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I was
Gotcha.
not gone an inordinate amount of time where she'd be like asking the waiter to go look in the restroom or something. No, it
Oh, you
wasn't like
had
that at
money
all.
on the game?
I did,
You
yes.
had money? Oh, okay. So everything's coming to clarity. So I think I would like if I missed this whole game, you would still be appreciative that I missed this damn game. You get mad because I stepped away for 2 minutes. That's a red flag in itself. You need to get you be glad she be tell your ass, I don't want to see you again.
Okay, well then it makes sense too. She probably thinking, okay, you put money on the game. This man is a gambler.
Well,
It goes both ways with that too.
that right there, I don't know if he told her though. You
I
told her you
didn't
put
tell her
money
I
on the
had
game.
money on the game. No.
But
Oh
for her,
yeah.
but for she probably thought that you did by saying you going to check the scores.
No, she probably didn't
She
think that.
probably
She probably was his favorite team.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
okay, let me ask something. And Crucible, I don't want to sound like everybody's so Crucible, Crucible. But why didn't you just tell her you just wanted to check the scores? Why didn't you just say, I'll be right back. This is the playoffs. I'm really excited about this game. Whatever. You know, I'm going to check the scores really and really quick, and I'll be back in like 3, 4 minutes.
In retrospect, I probably should have done that, but I was probably concerned subconsciously or maybe consciously about the actual reaction that I did get. I just think it would have been rude to announce that. Why I announced it when I got back to the table, I still can't to this day figure out, because I kind of made it into the clear, and then for whatever reason, I decided to tell her what I actually did, and her reaction was very poor. But yeah, I mean, in retrospect, yeah, I should have handled it. I should have handled it differently. There's no question about it. But I was, like I said, Chill asked the question. If I was gone for 10 or 15 minutes, now you got a problem. Now I'm guilty. But I think it was not so much that, and if I'd gone into the bar and I ran into a friend of mine and I talked to him for 5 minutes and I explained that, I don't think that would have been as big a deal. It sounded really selfish, I guess, is what she was probably. You can't even wait, till this date is over with. You got to get up and make a phone call in the middle. So I think it was this is how you feel about me. I'm that unimportant to you that you're more interested in a hockey game. And this was
And
a first date. We didn't know each other, so I had no goodwill built up.
See, and that's I guess what I'm saying. It's like, this is, first of all, you're going out with this woman on a playoff night. So the date could have been on a Tuesday as opposed to a Thursday, whatever. So that's one thing. So you weren't really into it probably in the beginning, because you have this game on your mind. Then you say that she's not that attractive, whatever. But going back to what Shiley said about Farrah Fawcett, if she were if she did look like Farrah, and she was this beautiful girl, whatever, would you have taken the time to give her the courtesy to say, hey, I need to go check the scores or whatever? I just really need to know about this game. Would you have given her that courtesy if she did look different?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I thought it was. I must have thought it was rude when I first got up to do this, because I made a conscious decision not to tell her. And again, I don't remember why I decided to tell her when I got back. I just thought is an innocent thing. But my initial reaction was, I better not say anything because it'll sound selfish. And it turns out that's exactly how she interpreted it.
Okay, because that's how I was seeing it. But okay, so we all right. So, Shy Lady, you want to respond to that, since you kind of opened the door on Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah, again, it sounds to me more like he kind of got a big letdown when he finally saw her, and so he probably subconsciously didn't realize that it was kind of like disrespect, but he subconsciously had doesn't really realize that he probably was like, this date is over. She's not cute. I don't even find her attractive, and so.
No, but that word you just used, Shy Lady, is absolutely the right word. Disrespect. That's what I showed.
Yeah, because you were let down. Sounds like you were let down. You were like, "Oh wow, she's not the blonde hair, blue eyed girl that I envisioned." Wow. Okay. Well, let me just go ahead and just just go through with this. Just go through the motions.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
See, and that's why I say, when you go out on a blind date, you're giving up a couple hours of your time, um, to be with this person. Both of you agreed that you all were going to spend time with each other, however long that time is. And I think that, you should give that person the courtesy. On the other hand, if I've known you, if you're my husband, whatever, and we're supposed to be sitting here having dinner, no, do not get up and go check the hockey scores. I mean, it's you are supposed to be here with that person, and whether you want the date to go, further or whatever, you should have the courtesy on both sides to commit to being with that person up until whenever you all get in your cab or take you home or the movie's over, whatever, and then you all can do whatever you want after you walk away. That's just what I think.
Yeah, and if I had it to do over again, I would not have handled it that way. I am not blaming her at all. Like I said, we didn't know each other. I didn't give her the benefit of the doubt when she reacted the way she did. She didn't give me the benefit of the doubt when I said I went to check a hockey score. We had each other very tight, hemmed in very tightly. And by the end of the date, I'm pretty sure we had made up our minds about things, and I don't think we were dwelling too much on the positive. So yeah, but I'd mishandled it. I'm not going to sit here and say that she overreacted, but it was. I think Chill may have said it. It could have, or Brina or somebody might have said it was a controlling characteristic. And if you can't stomach somebody getting up, just to check a hockey score. I mean, if I stopped in the bar and I was talking to some chick, okay, get pissed. But I'm checking a hockey score. So,
Okay, but you also said that had she looked like Farrah Fawcett, you probably wouldn't have done it. So again, you to me, there's no pushback. To me, you're disrespecting her. Saying get over. I can't even go check a score. But on the other hand, she looked like Farrah Fawcett. It would have been you would have stayed in that seat.
Well, and I was used to dating women who were very cool with my sports addiction. They knew I was a sports fan, and they would laugh about it. They would tease me about it. They would kid me. And so I got lulled into thinking, well, all women, they have that view of guys in sports. There's men will be men, kind of boys will be boys kind of a thing. And most women kind of treated it as a funny thing, not as a threat to anything. And so I was comfortable saying, hey, I'm checking a hockey score once I had done it. And I was not expecting that reaction because nobody that I dated before ever felt that way about when I did that.
Okay, all right.
But see, it was the lie in itself, and that's why I said it could have been multiple things that she didn't. And I'm gonna get off of him because y'all up on my boy now. Y'all got to get up off my boy. Y'all got to get off my boy Crucible. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on you real quick before I get up off of you. I think it was just the lie in itself. For me, it would have been like, okay, you said you was going to the bathroom. Why did you have to lie about that? If it was just a hockey score, why did you have to lie about that? So that would have been a red flag for me. Like, yeah, you probably made a phone call, or, I would have just felt some type of way. The fact that it would have just been a red flag that you lied. If it was not that big of a deal, it was just a hockey score, and you just sat bold-faced lied about that, dang, you lied about something little, you gonna lie about something big. Yeah, we don't need to do a second date.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate the love, Mimi, but I don't disagree with you. But I think things had built up during the date where she was drawing conclusions that she didn't want to see me again, and I think that hockey thing was kind of the icing on the cake.
Okay. I do want to say what Brina said, because Brina, you always make me laugh. You always make me laugh. She says, we did CSI his whole date, broke it all the way down. So yes, we did break your 30-year-old date all the way down. So okay.
Save me about $500 in therapy. Thanks, everybody.
So, all right. So, I'm going to wrap it up. I don't have anything else to say. Anybody else want to add anything or say anything? Or?
See, that's why I said, ladies, don't, because men are visual. They're more visual than us. A woman is going to be like, nah, you know what? He all right, he ain't that ugly. He okay. And then we'll look past it, and then now they ain't nothing. So women, we gotta be like them too. No, you ain't looking like Denzel Washington and all of that. If you ain't looking like these men Lorenz take, we not. No.
Mimi, okay, now I gotta put I gotta push back. You know I'm about to push back. You know I am, okay? Because just because this man looks like, and I can't say Denzel because I am so not a Denzel
Oh, I
fan,
love me some Denzel, baby.
so but I'm just saying that just because a man is walking around in this nice suit or he has, his appearance is this and this is whatever, doesn't mean that he cannot be Jeffrey Dahmer or he cannot be the person who you all go out one night and he's cursing out the waiter because they didn't give him a straw, so
No, I'm saying don't see, that becomes a we feel when you date someone, it becomes a what's the word I'm looking for? You start a resentment. You done dated this man and then he ain't up to your standards, far as look wise, but everything else is okay. Every time he do something, you're gonna be like, ugh, he already ugly and he doing this. It's always going to be that. It's, to me, I've seen it multiple times. I feel down here, but I feel like it's always gonna be that. Like you ain't. It's a subconscious thing with men and women. I watch it all the time. Like, okay, you weren't even all that cute anyways, but you don't want to do this, or you don't want to do this, or you doing this to me. You just no.
no,
Mm-mm.
I mean
I just feel like you should go ahead.
No, I get you, and I'm just trying not to laugh because I'm just reading what Chill said about the guy from 99th Street. You are a mess. You're gonna have to read that one. So and ladies, just to clear it up, I think Denzel is a wonderful actor. I just don't get the whole looks thing. I don't get the oh my god, Denzel. I'm sorry, I'm just not there. I've I've never been there. But anyway, but maybe no, I mean I understand, but I think on both sides, both men and women just need to be careful. They need to have maybe their red flag up, whatever, and just be careful, but at the same time you don't have to go out and be rude to anyone. If you don't like the person, you don't care for the person, just suck it up for the next hour, whatever, and then say thank you for the date, whatever. And if you don't want to see that person, say, I don't think this is going to work out. And that's good. That's just me. So
Let me say this, because that's too much to type. I want to answer Ralph's question. No, he doesn't get a pass. What I'm saying is, don't settle. If you already know that you don't feel like this person is good looking to you, that's not, because I'm not saying don't date them because
you're going in and out, Mimi. Can't hear you.
ways, as far as
Mimi,
You're in
you're
the
going.
matrix, Mimi.
Yeah, Mimi, you're
really
going in and out.
you're not
Mimi, we can't hear you.
as far as that looks, and now you're giving them a chance.
Okay, Mimi, we missed most of that. You were going in and out.
I didn't hear nothing I said.
Yeah, you're still going in and out. I mean, some of the stuff
You
you
are going out.
just going completely blank at
Yeah.
times.
So, okay, so Chill.
Well, yeah. Thank you for giving me this honor to speak on your show, Solid Blue. Finally, after about 80 minutes.
Lord.
I've been waiting 80 minutes on a 2-hour show. Ain't this some bullshit? This is bullshit. Look, but I do think this is the thing. We're basing things off superficialism, which is not necessarily a thing you shouldn't take into consideration.
Superficialism.
Yeah, that's a word. I just made. If it ain't, don't worry about it. It's a word. Go look it up. the superficial aspects of relationships. If you need me to break it down, so therefore, Crucible no Crucible gonna back me up on that one. If it ain't a word, you make it a word. Don't worry about that.
It is a word, Chill. It's a
So
word now, dude. I got your back.
yeah, yeah. So for the most part, if you go and you're looking for the things that you probably the intangibles, is this person caring? Are they loving? Are they understanding? Are you if you're looking for that first? I mean, obviously the prerequisite they look good. So you go get somebody that you're attracted to because Mimi, right? That's the worst to be with somebody that's ugly, and when they start getting on your nerves, everything get on your nerves. Like that is surely true. Like you need to shut up with your ugly ass in your brain. Like when they get on your nerves, like I was just take his or her ugly ass on out the house for an hour. Get away from me. I don't want to hug up with you. You know, your everything. Like get your musty ugly ass away from me at the gym or something like that. So that happens. So you don't, things are a little bit short when you feel like you made concessions in that area. So I do understand that. But overall, if you should have to go through that if you feel like you picked the vetted the right person, just as far as caring, understanding, intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So if you get that person, you really like that person, and you in a relationship with that person, then you probably won't go through that. But people have different motives of getting in relationships, though, right? So you stuck in a relationship when you think you got money, he can take care of you, and you may look for that first. I ain't knocking it, but you may look for that first. So you got to deal with it if that's the way you go into it. So that's what you got to realize. You get in a relationship, if you don't pay attention to those certain things and red flags in it, but everything's not a red flag. Some things can be a miscommunication, like in Crucible's uh, situation. I believe that that's something you can overlook. I'm not saying that he was wrong or right, but I probably wouldn't have thought to think to. I would need to see more selfish traits or controlling traits, or I'm sorry, from him. I would have to see more than just that moment to feel like that he was. I would just X him out. So, but the older I guess you get, the less patience you get with people. So, yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna pass the mic to Frankie, and Frankie says, "God made everyone beautiful. I'm playing both. I'm playing both sides." Okay, Frankie, you're playing both sides. All right, Crucible. Any last words?
Yeah, I think a lot of what goes on with these blind dates and with dating in general is we've talked about this on one of your other shows, about hypocrisy. We're all hypocrites. We want people. First of all, we say we don't looks don't matter, but they do matter. You have to look at that person, not into eternity, but you have to look at that person every time you're with them. You have to kiss them, maybe do other things with them. You got to envision yourself doing those things with that person. And even though you want people to give you the benefit of the doubt, we're not always willing to give that other person the benefit of the doubt. And Shy Lady, and I think you, Solid, made a really good point. When you sit down and you first sit down with your blind date and you decide whether you find them attractive or not, whether this was a Farrah Fawcett lookalike or whether this was just some average person, you're deciding right then and there how you feel about that person. And the line of conversation, kind of the behavior throughout the date, sort of feeds off of whether you've decided they're attractive or not. And I think Shy Lady made a really good observation. I treated this woman differently because I was so disappointed in her looks. And I probably subconsciously thought, you know what? She doesn't like me going to get a hockey score. Screw her. I don't like her anyway. And if she had been attractive, my whole attitude toward the date might have changed. But like I said, I think you put people in very unfortunate and unfair situations when they're on blind dates. Dates are hard enough when you know what you're getting into. But for a good adventure and a good story 30 years later, blind dates are not a bad way to go.
Okay, Shy Lady.
Funny, 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 funny. Thanks everyone for the laughs. I enjoyed them. Good topic. Solid. Good topic.
Oh Lord. Well, thanks to my panel, and thank you to everyone as usual for coming and showing up. Because if you all didn't show up, I'd be sitting here talking to myself. So thank you for that, and Frankie,
Well,
thank you for your super chat and your pod beans. Huh, on that note,
can I say one more thing, Charlotte Blue? I
yes, you
think
can.
this is what I think. If you treat as a man, if you treat a person just like, even whether they look good or not, just be your damn self and have some personality, you gonna get far. Period. Like I don't care if she's cute, nothing like this. I think that's I don't even think about stuff like damn, she's so pretty. I gotta be perfect on a date. I just need to. I just want to be myself, and typically that work. Like I don't really even go into it too much. I need to be attracted to you. You ain't got to be a 10, but I don't want you to be a 1. But like I just think about other things besides that. I'm over it. Like when I see you, okay, she cute. Like that's it. That's all I think about. Like now, let me see she crazy. That be my biggest thing. Like let me see she crazy, or let me see if what's there. And now just I don't even know. Like I think the hardest part when you kind of like you see somebody you feel like it's out of your league. Like I don't even think of it like that. Or you know what I'm saying? You dating somebody that's under your league. Like who are you? Like I feel like man, that's a horrible way to go into it, to look into a relationship. And I think that's what you doing from the start. That's probably shit. That's just I don't know. That's a yeah, whatever.
All right. So today is Thursday, which is my Friday, and technically I will not be back until Monday. I may do a Friday show. I'm not sure. But if I don't, everyone enjoy their weekend. And go where the wind takes you. And again, welcome or thank you everyone for showing up. I really appreciate it. My show does not work without you guys. So and Jill, okay, never mind. You
I'm trying to do
have
it better
issues.
today. Is that better?
You have issues. You have issues. Bye.
That's the win. If everybody don't know, everybody's new that don't know, that's the win.
He says
And let
that's
it
the
go where
wind
it takes you.
because I always say go where the wind takes you. So he's starting to do this wind stuff. Which Brina, thank you very much for the for the oh Brina, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate
You
it.
ain't like
And
this one.
Juju,
You ain't that. You ain't like that one. How about
you want Will's music? Smoke, please, please don't.
yes,
Please don't.
yes.
Please don't.
Nobody can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle bound man to the face of the sand.
I think Mimi's asking you to come over to her show and you can be the musical act for her show.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Yes.
With my shirt
Okay.
off, Mimi.
So
I'm
we
coming
have
with
that
my
straight.
shirt off, baby girl. God.
Oh Lord. Your shirt off and your 2-inch sweet
Yeah,
Willie.
swinging it. Butt nigga on a bicycle.
You guys, thank you. And Crucible, we did kind of CSI you today, but what can I say?
What are friends for?
And Brina and Shiloh, y'all need to stop. And Lou Rock, y'all need to stop laughing. Y'all need to stop laughing. And Alpha Mike, thank you for your comments, for coming on.
I'm in the elevator. I feel like I'm going to the 3rd floor.
Oh, please.
Stop at the 3rd floor, then get back on, go to the 10th floor, come back down to the mail room on the 1st floor,
And
get
Ralph
back to off
Williams,
my
thank
break.
you for coming in Tuttles. Thank you all. Thank you. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. Bye.